Whimsical Grandmacore Cottage Decor Ideas. Repurpose vintage and rustic finds for ultimate charm. Welcome to a world where old treasures get a second life. In today's video, we're diving into Whimsical Grandmacore Cottage Decor Ideas to show you how to repurpose vintage and rustic finds into charming pieces that will transform your space. From upcycling old furniture to adding that perfect touch of nostalgia, these ideas will help you create a cozy, timeless home that feels like a warm embrace. Stick around for easy, creative DIYs that'll make your home sparkle with character. And if you love what you see, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a cozy DIY moment. Let's get started. Cozy vintage living room corner. Picture this. A soft, inviting corner of your living room, where vintage charm meets rustic comfort. A repurposed wooden coffee table, perhaps once forgotten, now stands proudly beneath an antique lamp. Mismatched chairs surround the table, each with its own story. The table is adorned with an old lace tablecloth, vintage books, and sentimental trinkets, all adding layers of charm. This cozy setting makes you feel like you're walking into a dream, where time slows down and you can unwind in the warmth of vintage treasures. Soft candlelight flickers over a lace-draped table, casting a warm glow on a worn wooden cabinet filled with delicate porcelain treasures and well-loved books. A plush armchair invites quiet afternoons, its hand-sewn pillow and knitted throw adding layers of comfort. Nearby, fragrant blooms spill from an antique vase, blending nostalgia and rustic charm into a serene retreat of timeless beauty. Rustic wooden shelf display. Imagine a rustic wooden shelf filled with the unique and whimsical finds of the past. Old teacups, cracked yet beautiful, sit next to well-worn family photos in mismatched frames, each telling a different story. Small ceramic figurines, perhaps a faded bird or an antique clock, bring a touch of nostalgia. This vintage shelf isn't just decor, it's a journey back in time, and it's the perfect spot to display your love for all things Grandmacore. Time-worn shelves cradle an eclectic mix of glass jars, earthenware, and antique pitchers, each whispering stories of past gatherings. Below, delicate keys dangle, their worn edges hinting at forgotten doors and hidden memories. Sunlight filters through lace curtains, casting golden hues over the curated treasures, a nostalgic retreat where rustic charm and vintage elegance intertwine. Repurposed vintage ladder as a plant stand. Turn an old wooden ladder into something magical. No longer just a forgotten tool in the garage, it's now a charming plant stand, cradling an assortment of flourishing greenery. Stacked mason jars, vintage crates, and old gardening tools add to the rustic allure. Every step of the ladder brings a different view of nature's beauty, seamlessly blending with your repurposed vintage treasures. An aged wooden ladder, its worn rungs whispering of past use, now cradles lush greenery in terracotta pots. Delicate vines weave through its frame, blending rustic charm with nature's quiet beauty. Sunlight filters through lace curtains, casting soft patterns over the cozy nook, a nostalgic retreat where repurposed treasures breathe new life into a serene, botanical haven. Upcycled vintage window frame mirror. Transform an old window frame into a whimsical mirror that reflects your rustic, cozy world. The soft, faded wood of the window frame becomes a statement piece on your wall, surrounded by delicate floral wreaths or perhaps fairy lights to add a touch of magic. This vintage-inspired mirror doesn't just reflect light, it brings charm to any space, turning an ordinary wall into a portal to another time. A weathered window frame, its peeling paint whispering of past stories, finds new life as a charming mirror reflecting cozy surroundings. Ivy gently trails its edges, mingling with delicate lace and worn books stacked nearby. Soft candlelight flickers across the antique glass, casting a warm glow over the curated treasures, a nostalgic touch where vintage elegance meets whimsical charm. charming vintage table set for tea. Picture yourself sitting at a vintage table set for a tea party, old but timeless, with mismatched chairs each telling a unique story. The table is covered with a soft lace tablecloth, teacups from different eras, and a teapot that's seen many years of service. A fresh bouquet of flowers, placed in a repurposed mason jar, adds the final touch. This isn't just a table, it's a place where memories are made, one sip of tea at a time. Soft candlelight flickers over a time-worn table, where delicate porcelain teapots rest atop stacked books, each whispering stories of past afternoons. A brass key and dried lavender add rustic charm, while a knitted scarf drapes gently beside a steaming cup. Sunlight spills through lace curtains, wrapping the cozy corner in nostalgic warmth, a perfect space for slow sips and treasured moments. Vintage chair with DIY fabric cushion. Take an antique wooden chair, add a fresh coat of paint, and top it with a hand-sewn floral cushion, and you've got a beautiful, functional piece that fits right into your Grandmacore-inspired home. The fabric, perhaps an old quilt or a piece of vintage linen, gives the chair a new life, while the wood retains its rustic charm. It's the perfect addition to any corner, whether for reading, relaxing, or simply appreciating the beauty of repurposed decor. A charming wooden seat, softened by hand-sewn fabric, rests near a lace-draped window. Delicate florals spill from a nearby ceramic vase, blending nostalgia with gentle hues. Sunlight dances across worn armrests, whispering stories of past gatherings and quiet moments. A knitted throw cascades over the back, welcoming warmth and comfort into a cozy retreat of timeless charm. Repurposed antique trunk as coffee table. A weathered antique trunk, once used to store treasures from faraway places, now sits at the center of your living room as a stunning coffee table. It's more than just a table, it's a conversation starter. Adorn it with vintage books, lace runners, or soft throw blankets, and you've created a cozy focal point for your space. The trunk's time-worn beauty tells a story that adds warmth and character to your home. An aged trunk, its brass locks whispering of journeys past, sits proudly as a centerpiece in a cozy nook. A delicate vase brimming with wildflowers adds a soft touch, while time-worn books and a vintage clock complete the scene. Nearby, a plush armchair invites quiet reflection, embracing nostalgia and warmth, a space where old treasures weave stories into the fabric of everyday life. Whimsical floral window box on cottage porch. Step onto the porch and find a repurposed wooden window box filled with vibrant flowers, spilling over the sides in a rainbow of colors. This simple, rustic touch breathes life into the outdoors, bringing a bit of whimsy and charm to your garden or porch. The window box, perhaps made from reclaimed wood, adds an element of sustainability while providing a burst of natural beauty that perfectly complements the Grandmacore style. An aged metal planter, worn by time, cradles a burst of daisies and zinnias, their petals dancing in the breeze. Weathered wood frames the cozy porch, where trailing vines weave through wrought iron accents. Sunlight filters through lace curtains, casting soft patterns on the floral display, a nostalgic touch that whispers of quiet mornings, fresh blooms, and cherished vintage charm. Rustic dining table with vintage mismatched chairs. At the heart of your cottage sits a grand dining table, worn by time and adorned with vintage mismatched chairs that each carry a unique history. The table is set with antique dinnerware, soft lace napkins, and perhaps a centerpiece of wildflowers in a repurposed jar. This inviting scene isn't just for meals, it's where friends and family gather, share stories, and create memories, all surrounded by the warmth of rustic charm. A well-loved wooden table stands proudly, each scuff and scratch a whisper of past gatherings. Around it, a collection of charming seats, each with its own story, adds character to the cozy space. Mason jars flicker with candlelight, casting a golden glow over delicate lace and ceramic treasures. The air carries the scent of fresh bread and lavender, weaving nostalgia into every corner. Upcycled vintage suitcase storage. Take a few vintage suitcases, stack them high, and voila, a practical yet whimsical storage solution. These old suitcases, repurposed into a vintage side table or storage chest, bring both character and functionality to your space. Fill them with throw blankets, seasonal decor, or even your favorite books, and you've created a charming corner that blends the old with the new. A time-worn suitcase, rich with stories of distant travels, finds new purpose in a cozy nook. Resting atop a wooden table, its faded red hue and rustic locks blend seamlessly with the charm of an eclectic space. A wicker basket brims with wildflowers, while delicate lace peeks from beneath, each piece a whisper from the past, lovingly repurposed into a warm, nostalgic retreat.